Okay, hi. So today I read in Second Kings what chapter was it? 23. And there were um one three verses that stuck out to me. The first one was verse 3, which says, "Next the king stood by the pillar and made a covenant in the Lord's presence to follow the Lord and to keep his commands, his decrees, and his statutes with all his heart and with all his soul, in order to carry out the words of the covenant that were written in this book." All the people agreed to the covenant. So what stuck out to me is they wouldn't be able to keep this covenant because of their sin. Or that's what I gathered from it. Not what stuck out to me. That'd be crazy. Then verse 21, which says, "The king commanded to all the people, observe the Passover of the Lord your God, as written in the book of the covenant." So what I wrote down is that they returned to God and they were faithful to follow his commands. And then verse 32, which says, "He did what was evil in the Lord's sight, just as his ancestors had done." This was another king that had just become king. So what I wrote down is we always don't stay faithful and then we turn from God because of sin. Today's day 42. The title is Power Over Potential. The key verse is Galatians 3:3, and which it says, "Are you so foolish? After beginning with the Spirit, are you now trying to attain your goal by human effort?" So what I wrote down is they were being dumb and turning away. Simple as that. In the lesson, it talks about how it's easier for the lines of faith and flesh to steadily blur. I don't know. So what I wrote down is we must be strong against the world because we don't want those lines to blur. Also in the lesson it talks about how we can become addicted to our own abilities and our own yeah. So what stuck out to me is that we should rely on his power and not ours. The last thing is God is inviting you to have a radical faith adventure with him. So we have to follow him and take that step in faith. Bye, guys.